Hi guys, let's go ahead and get started on this Module 9 review from day 1 that we did in class. I wanted to let you know that I am going to break this video up into a couple of parts so that it's not too long and so it focuses on the questions that you're looking for. The next piece, the document is on Canvas. So if you want to go look at the document and you want to try version B independently on your own, the answers to it will be on the last page of the document. I have version A here without the multiple choice answers, and I'm going to be working through these. So for this first one, determine the sum or difference of the given expression. Remember that sum means to add, difference means to subtract. And when we're adding and subtracting polynomial expressions, we do not add the exponents. We add the coefficients and keep the variable term the same. So add or subtract the coefficients. Keep the variable term the same. All right. So first off, I noticed that this first group is positive. So positive means nothing in that group changes. It stays the same. So I have 6m squared plus 4mn minus n squared. Now the second group has a negative in front of it. So with that negative being in front of it, it actually means that it is the inverse. It is the opposite. So if I turn that negative into a positive, that means I have to distribute this negative to all three terms inside the group, which is going to change their sign. So this will be negative 2m squared, positive 3mn, and then negative 1n squared. Now I can go ahead and look for the ones that are like terms. So I have 6m squared plus negative 2m squared, positive 4mn plus positive 3mn, and then negative 1n squared and negative 1n squared. So let's go ahead and combine those like terms. 6 minus 2, because we're adding the coefficients or subtracting. So 6 minus 2 gives me 4. Keep the variable term the same. Then I have 4 plus 3 is positive 7. Keep the variable term the same when we're adding or subtracting. Negative 1 plus negative 1 gives me negative 2n squared. Okay, so that's one option for writing this out. I'm going to step back a little bit here and I'm going to show you a second way to write it. If you're not comfortable with this first way, or if these little squiggly marks confuse you just a tad. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this stuff and erase it. I'm still going to change my negative to a positive. What I found is that there's less mistakes when we keep that as a plus in the middle and people don't miss a double negative. So I'm going to go ahead and rewrite this first polynomial. 6m squared plus 4mn minus n squared. Now the second polynomial, I'm going to align it with the ones on top. So negative 2m squared, got that one. Then I have positive 3mn, and then negative n squared. Now, this way I can do it is a little more traditional to how we used to see adding and subtracting, where we're just adding or subtracting the vertical sets. So negative 1 minus 1 gives me negative 2n squared. 4 plus 3, that's positive 7. Please put that positive there so you don't forget it. And then 6m squared minus 2m squared. You can go ahead, put that positive there. And there's your solution. Either way, you're going to get the solution. Okay, so whichever method you prefer to use on that. Now, number 2, determine the sum or difference. Now, when I look at this one, I notice that it's already adding in the middle, so I don't have to worry about the opposites or changing any signs. I can skip that first step and then just go right into combining the ones that are like terms. So 4 plus 1 gives me 5x squared. Negative 3x plus 5x gives me positive 2x. And then my only constant is negative 7. So there is my simplified solution when we're adding or subtracting two polynomials. All right, let's go on to number 3. So number 3, we are determining the product. Product means that we're multiplying. When we're multiplying, this time we are going to multiply the coefficients and add the exponents, because that is one of our properties of exponents. When we multiply, we add the exponents. When we divide, we subtract the exponents. All right, so let's go ahead and go through. I'm going to show you first off how we talked about this as a box. Now, I noticed that there's one term in front of the parentheses, and it is being multiplied to the second polynomial, which has 3 terms. So when we're multiplying, the values that we multiply, we practice with putting outside the box. So I'm going to have 9/2 x minus 3/4 x plus 5/6. Move that one over just a tad. All right, so we've got our monomial times our trinomial. So for this one here, 2/3 x times 9/2 x, sorry, this is a squared. 2/3 x times 9/2 x using our calculator, or we can look for a common denominator. We will get 3x, 2 there, 1 here, gives me x to the third. We add those exponents. Now 2/3 times negative 3/4, a positive times a negative is a negative. That will give me 1/2 x squared. Both of them have x to the first power, so adding 1 plus 1 gives me 2. This last one, 2/3 x times positive 5/6. That will give me positive 5/9 x. Okay? So using that method is what we practice, because we practice using that area model or that box method in class. Now, when it is a monomial times a trinomial, we also use distribution in the past. So I'm going to go ahead and erase this work and show you that other method. So for this one here, 2/3 times 9/2, putting that in our calculator, will give us 3. X to the first, x squared, gives us x to the third. 2/3 x times negative 3/4, positive times a negative is a negative. 2/3 and 3/4 is 1/2 x squared. And then 2/3 times 5/6 is positive 5/9 x. So if you are comfortable with distribution, it means that you don't have to draw that area model, don't have to draw the box, okay? But with a binomial and a binomial, we only practice that with the area model, so I'm going to keep showing it that way if we're in class, but I will also show you that distribution method here as well. All right, so let's go on to number 4. So we are determining the products of the given expression. Now this one here has the parentheses squared. So that is equivalent to a parentheses times a parentheses. Each parentheses still has its own value of 6x minus 0.2. Now, first off, let's go ahead and start with the area model with the box method that we talked about. If you're struggling on which lines or columns to draw, I would just draw the box first and then draw the lines inside afterwards. So this first one, 6x minus 0.2. Then on top, 6x minus 0.2. And now I can see where to draw my boxes. Now again, like our multiplication table that we talked about, we are going to take the first one on the side, multiply it to the first one on the top. Multiplying means we add the exponents. 6 times 6 is 36. x times x is x squared. Then we'll do 6x times negative 0.2, and that there is going to give me negative 1.2x. 6x times negative 0.2 is negative 1.2x. And then negative 0.2 times negative 0.2 makes that a positive 0.04. Now, as we write these out, we write our quadratic term first, our linear term second, and we have two of those right here. So that will combine to negative 2.4x, and then our constant term last, 0.04, and there is our solution. Okay? So that's the area model. When I do number 4 here, I'm going to show you the distribution model because I know a few of you get that, but keep in mind you can definitely do either method with this next one as well as number 4. Okay? All right, so number 5. If you wanted to do the area model, you would have 2x minus 7, x plus 4, and then do our multiplication just like we did, and then write it in standard form. Now, let's go ahead and look at what distribution is then. If I have 2x minus 7, and I have x plus 4. So you're going to take 2x times x. That gives me 2x squared. Then you'll also do 2x times 4. That'll give me positive 8x. Then negative 7 times x is negative 7x. And negative 7 times 4 will give me negative 28. Combine the two that are like terms. We have 2x squared plus 1x minus 28. Okay? So that would be distribution. Really quickly, on the area model, 2x times x is 2x squared. 2x times 4 is positive 8x. X times negative 7 is negative 7x. And 4 times negative 7 is negative 28. Those are the same 4 values that we see using distribution. Okay, so both of these work. Either one, choose the one that you prefer. And in my next video, I will go over questions 6 through 10.